I was already upset. I was not thinking about if she was going to live or die. So I just stepped on the gas in reverse, and she just rolled off like a little burrito off the table.
Okay, so we're back to the story time. This is part 2 of the kind of how we met series. We're going to talk about how we got into like this big fight.
I think we left off at basically we were just kind of like hanging out, like we reconnected. We were going to the club, and yeah, we were just finding out a lot of new things and just seeing each other in new places, in a new place rather than school. So it was an exciting time. We were hanging out with a whole bunch of different types of people.
Yeah.
And I was taking her out to like different clubs, and she was, you know, she was down for anything. She was down for any party, down for any club to go to. So, yeah.
You're funny.
What?
You was down for anything. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, we went to the Aqua, this Korean, no, not Korean, Asian club, right? And yeah, just one night we were dancing. Joe was dancing all up on me.
It's the other way around.
Stop saying that though, Joe.
It was the other way around. So there was this one particular night where she was being too flirty with another person, and like she was like kissing up on this person, and I didn't really agree on it. Like, first of all, we weren't in a relationship. I was just as a friend. I was just saying, you know, you have a boyfriend, you have a daughter. Like, why are you doing this? It doesn't seem right. And I confronted her about it after the club, and she got really offended and just started like just mouthing off to me. Like,
is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Literally, I don't even like remember all that part, but I believe you if you said that.
So that's what happened, and like just for like 45 minutes, like from DC all the way to like Maryland, she was just screaming in my ear, this ear particularly.
I wasn't screaming in your ear. I was not. No, I was.
Okay, you were
screaming.
talking normally.
Okay,
in a very loud voice.
Okay.
And in my ear, I remember feeling spit like all on my side of my face.
What?
So she was just all in my ear, and
you were ignoring me though. I was like asking you. I feel like I don't. Okay, I'm not even gonna get into
First of all,
that.
I was trying to stay calm because like I couldn't get away from her.
I feel like all I was asking you is, what is your problem? I thought that's what I was asking you. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you upset at me? That's what I thought I was asking you.
Yeah, but then you were also calling me like a whole bunch of different things. And
know.
everyone else in the vehicle was like, Alena, you gotta just just be quiet. Stop talking to him. He's getting really upset.
Okay.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, I do remember one saying
so you remember that.
I remember one saying like, he's getting upset. You better stop.
Okay, so anyways, we got out of the car, and she started like trying to like push me and stuff like that.
What, Joseph? That did not happen.
That did happen.
Joseph, that did not. I didn't try to push you.
Like you got up and you got in my face trying to push me.
What,
so
Joseph? I don't even do things like that.
Alena, you did that. Trust me.
Joseph, that did not happen.
So what happened was, after that, like I got up and I went to go push her back.
No,
and my friends were like kind of breaking us apart. And then Alena started throwing her shoes at me. Anyways, that's what happened. So she started throwing her shoes at me. So she threw both shoes at me, unfortunately. So I threw one shoe at her car. I threw the other shoe in the opposite direction. So she had to walk like that way and then that way. Oh yeah, and then I had her keys on me too. She threw her keys at me. Then I threw her keys at her van and told her to go home.
Oh, wait, cut.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, I pushed her up against the window. I was telling her, get out of my face, just stop talking to me. And then we got out of the car.
I never threw my shoes at you.
Yes, you did. That's why one shoe went that way and one shoe went that way.
I did not, Joe. I did not throw my shoes at you. You took my shoes and threw them.
Okay, so either I took the shoes and threw them, but they were around me. I didn't take the shoes off you. That means we would have been like scuffling.
Maybe you did.
Okay, so somehow I got your shoes in my hands. I don't even know how.
Yeah, because you took them off my feet. I don't know how my shoes, like, you ended up with my shoes in your hand, but I just remember that you threw them, and that made me really mad.
Mm-hmm. I remember throwing your shoe in one direction and the other direction, and you had to walk both ways to get them. And then I threw your keys towards your car. I didn't hit your car. But then after that, you were like, you said you were going to call the police, which you eventually did.
Yeah.
Basically, after this little altercation,
anyway, I
got into my car, and I was ready to pull off. Like I was reversing, and I see Alena hop onto the hood of my car, and she starts just ripping off, not the windshield wiper, but you know, the little hinge that it's attached to. She's like pulling it off to where it's like bending, and like she's like contorting the whole thing around. You weren't just pulling it like this, but you were going like rocking back and forth trying to rip the whole car apart like a Lego or something. So then like I was already upset. I was not thinking about if she was going to live or die. So I just stepped on the gas in reverse, and she just rolled off like a little burrito off of a table. And then so that's what happened. After that altercation that night, I checked my phone, and there was like 100 text messages, literally like 100 text messages. And I just ignored her. After that time, I just ignored her. I didn't even look at all the messages. I just ignored her and dropped her from my life. That's how it went.
Yeah, I was cool with that.
Yeah. So
I was like, oh, wow, he's an idiot.
Like at that time, I was
because
like,
how are you gonna get mad at me for me doing whatever I feel like? How are you gonna get upset, like really upset at me for me living my own life?
I don't know, because I cared enough about you to where, like, you know, it was concerning, you know?
No, I don't understand.
So
how do you care about somebody? We didn't even spend time with each other like that.
I know, you're still my friend.
Yeah, but
so anyways, that's what happened. Yeah.
You tell a ridiculous story. Like, that is the most funniest story I've ever heard. That's the most funniest rendition of that story I've ever heard.
That's what actually happened, though.
To me, that's an over dramatic rendition of what happened.
That's actually one notch below the full uncut raw version.
I rode off the car like a burrito.
Yeah, you did. It was like a movie. You know when someone get ran over, you know, they just kind of topple over?
Joe, that is so not true.
Yeah,
I would remember that moment in my life if I rolled off the car.
I'm telling you, that's what happened. I remember the sound of me peeling off in reverse. I was driving a Nissan Maxima, and you were trying to contort the things, and then I had to fix it in the morning. I had to get that thing repaired in the morning time because the wiper blade was going. Funny. I can tell you it wasn't raining that night. That's so funny. Right.
Okay, anyway, what happens? Yeah, so I sent you a whole bunch of messages apologizing. Even though I really should not apologize, you should have apologized to me. I mean, I should have apologized to you, but you also should have apologized to me. And don't say for what.
No, we did. We apologized to each other.
You never apologized to me. You apologized to me 10 years later.
That's exactly what I did. 10 years later, I apologized. No, not 10 years later.
Yeah, like 8. 7, 5,
when you
or 6.
called me back,
yeah,
or something like that.
We stopped talking to you. You stopped talking to me. Therefore, I stopped talking to you.
Yeah,
and we just lived our lives.
I mean, after you got married, like we just constantly kind of kept on running into each other.
Yeah,
like just like how we ran into each other. After I guess in college years, we ran into each other at like a mega club in DC.
Yeah.
Just in like a massive.
Not in DC. Oh, when we were in yeah.
Yeah. We were in like the largest club in DC at the time, and we were just like in a room full of like a few thousand people, and we just kind of happened to run into each other. Like I think I ran into your back, or you ran into me, or something like that. We literally just kind of just in all these like people, just kind of you know. It's like, oh, Alena.
And then like Yeah.
And then it happened again at a club in Baltimore.
That is so random that we bumped into each other like that, though. But it's funny because my sister, she bought me this book for Christmas. She didn't know it, but it's actually about a Korean guy and African lady, Jamaican lady. So this book is called The Sun Is Also a Star, and it's by Nicola Yoon. All throughout the book, they kept bumping into each other just at random places, like almost like similar to us. But at the same time, like even though they kept bumping into each other and getting like pushed together, at the same time there are other circumstances that kept pushing them apart, similar to us too. Yeah.
We tried to read the book at first, but the way that the book is written, it jumps into different characters, so each character has a different way of talking, so it's kind of hard to follow. So I actually downloaded the book on Audible, and because they use different voices for that particular book, it was a whole lot easier to understand.
Anything clever or witty to say. I'm having trouble thinking and looking at her at the same time. There's a Japanese phrase that I like, koi no yokan. It doesn't mean love at first sight. It's closer to love at second sight. It's the feeling when you meet someone that you're going to fall in love with them. Maybe you don't love them right away, but it's inevitable that you will. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm experiencing right now. The only slight, possibly insurmountable problem is that I'm pretty sure that Natasha is not.
I guess I assumed he'd be nerdy because he's Asian, which is crappy of me because I hate when other people assume things about me like I like rap music or I'm good at sports. For the record, only one of those things is true. Besides the fact that I'm being deported today, I am really not a girl to fall in love with. For one thing, I don't like temporary, non-provable things. And romantic love is both temporary and non-provable.
So we wanted to just thank Audible for sponsoring this video for us.
Yeah, and also you can get the book for free on Audible if you sign up for a 30-day trial. And even if you decide not to continue with Audible, you still get to keep the book.
So in the description is the link to our unique code. It's www.audible.com/maze. I don't know why Joe is so interested in a teenage romance novel with an Asian guy and a black woman.
Okay, so it wasn't the romance part that I was interested in. I was actually interested in the narrator. The narrator was talking about the like cultural differences, the social differences, the class differences between like between like Korean people and like and they also talked about like hair and like the significance of that and just the language. I thought more of like the history and the culture of it was kind of gave me more insight actually into my own like why I am the way I am, or the way my parents are the way they are, or the way that why black people are the way they are. And so like it was more so like a history lesson for me.
So definitely go check out that book. It's called The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. It was like one of the top bestsellers. So
you know, the people interested in like romance and stuff, they'd probably like that type of thing. But I think more so just like if you're interested in understanding like how the two would actually kind of fit together, it was actually somewhat it made a lot of, you know, realistic sense in that sense. Yeah, definitely go check it out. It's you know, it's free, and you know, if you don't like it, cancel. If you like it, keep it. Yeah, and you get a free book out of it.
So part 3 of our video will start off when Joe and I ran into each other in the club on the second time, and this is where it gets kind of like
that's the part where it's the gray area of our friendship. Right. It's the gray area where our friendship was changing.
Yeah.